Welcome to Iconically Iconic.
Season 4, episode 16 opens up with Carrie and Aidan breaking things off and Aidan moving out after she strung this man along.
You should definitely stay. At least for another day. Or forever.
I've been through this. I can't.
After she strung this man along, when he decided to give her a second chance after her cheating on him the first time, carrying on a full-blown affair, which in my opinion she did not deserve a second chance, especially with the lack of respect she had for him. She didn't just cheat on him, which I always say is cowardly and disrespectful, but she carried on an affair with her very married ex-boyfriend, which showed her character, and again breaks Aidan's heart because she refused to cut ties with Big. So they decide to break things off. But I will say for Aidan, he knew better, but he fell in love with her chaotic charm, yet again thinking he could change Carrie. The truth is, Carrie liked dysfunction and Aidan was too stable and loving for her. So after the breakup, Carrie expects some emotional love letter from Aidan after he moves out. Very self-absorbed of Carrie, but instead she's hit with a notice that she has to buy her apartment or move out. And some may see his move as petty or retaliation, and it may have been just a little bit. However, it was perfectly reasonable. He had given up his own place and purchased Carrie's because he thought they were building a life together, and when you're engaged to be married, someone usually sells their place or you buy a place together. So this made sense. And if it wasn't for Aidan purchasing the property, she would have had to purchase it or move. So Aidan was in the right. Anyways, Carrie shows the girls the notice and Miranda agrees with Aidan because she sees things from an analytical perspective because she is a lawyer.
He's not evicting her. He's giving her 30 days to decide what she wants to do.
Well, that's just tacky.
Look, life gets complicated. Steve and I are drawing up papers to timeshare our kid. This is more than fair. He's asking you to buy your apartment for the exact price he paid, or you can vacate and he'll sell it.
Samantha, of course, is always biased and coddles Carrie as she always does. Instead of being honest with her, there's being a friend and then being an enabler. And Samantha was that for Carrie. Charlotte gives her input and Carrie makes a snide remark because he was secretly jealous of Charlotte.
No, I'm not a buyer. New York is a town of renters. Everybody rents.
I don't.
I don't.
You got yours in the settlement. You did not have to pay for your apartment.
Oh, I paid for that apartment.
Carrie, in my opinion, has always been bitter that Charlotte came from wealth and didn't struggle, and that Charlotte married a man who was wealthy and ensured she was taken care of even after their marriage soured because Charlotte knew her worth, while Carrie lives paycheck to paycheck in a sea of designer shoes. And I've always felt like there are some people you can't be friends with because they make their struggles their personality. They always carry around their bitter energy and blame everyone else for why they aren't where they need to be. They're just extremely exhausting. You also have some women who are jealous of women who have always grown up with love, stability, and financial security. Stay far away from those people because you can be the kindest person to them, but they will always want to be a victim, complain, and take their frustrations out on you because you're a reminder of what they didn't have. Carrie goes to the bank and illogically hopes they will grant her a loan. And not just a small loan, but a large amount of money, which is laughable. She is drowning in credit card debt, and yes, she may have paid some of it off.
It says here that you have $700 in your checking account.
I just paid my credit card bill.
The fact of the matter is that no bank is going to hand out a loan to someone that irresponsible. $30,000 is a lot of money, especially in the early 2000s. And the fact that she thought she could just charm her way into a loan spoke to how disconnected she was from reality. So she goes to Big about her problems and he writes her a $30,000 check, and her ripping up that check is so infuriating. So you won't take money from the man you were once in a relationship with, who you cheated on your boyfriend with and refused to cut ties with, who caused mayhem in your life, but you somehow believe your friends owe you something. And I don't even think Big would have brought that up or used it against her, because one, he wasn't that kind of guy, and two, $30,000 was nothing to him. That's more like $20. The man was a multi-millionaire. All of a sudden, she's too proud to take his money. And I agree fully with Samantha's take.
I can take the money.
When a man gives you money, you give him control.
It's just money. Man, woman, who cares? It's fluid. Someone needs it, you give it. You need it, you take it.
You loved him not just because of your physical attraction to him, but because of his power and the fact that he was wealthy. And it wasn't like he was financing your whole lifestyle and taking care of you. So that $30,000 was really not that big of a deal. So Carrie begins complaining and can't believe that all of her grown adult friends are financially responsible. Oh, what a shocker. So Miranda and Samantha offer to help her, and Charlotte starts sipping her drink. And understandably so. The fact that this woman has $40,000 worth of shoes instead of in her savings is ridiculous. She reminds me of the scammers out here in New York who are always fly, but the pockets are empty. It's one thing to reject Big's help, but to expect your friends to bail you out because you're financially irresponsible was beyond entitled.
Oh, hell no. I know that dress ain't got you thinking that kind of
So she starts pacing back and forth in her apartment, trying to figure out what she is going to do, which we get is stressful. I'm not taking away from that, but she gets irrationally upset at Charlotte and has the nerve, an audacity, an unmitigated gall to show up to Charlotte's apartment unannounced.
What happened to hello? How are you?
I will say I understood Carrie a little bit, because she is your friend and you would like to know that your friend has your back, even if you don't want to accept it, because that's human. But to speak to her the way you did because of your own irresponsible behavior and mess was ludicrous. First off, regardless of how much money your friend has, you are not entitled to it, nor is anyone else.
I love you, but it's not my job to fix your finances. You're a 35-year-old woman. You need to learn to stand on your own.
She shames Charlotte for wanting to still work because how dare she? And for Charlotte still wearing her ring and owning it. Now, I feel like Charlotte wearing her ring was natural. I mean, she had just gotten a divorce. You need some time to get over it. It wasn't like it was 5 years. It was a few months. She guilted Charlotte into feeling bad and ultimately giving her the ring, and then acting as though she couldn't accept it. Money ruins friendships. It even ruins families, because you'll give someone a loan, and then if you ask for it back, they act as though you're the burden when it's your money. Gifting someone money is different. If it's a small amount, then okay. But $30,000 is a large amount of money. I feel like that requires a contract and a long discussion about how you're going to pay it back. I just hate that Charlotte gave into Carrie's whining and tantrum, because Carrie wasn't her responsibility, especially a 35-year-old grown woman who, even after she got the loan, goes to buy expensive shoes in the following episode yet again, as if she's learned absolutely nothing. So I don't think Charlotte should have given her the ring. You bail her out this time, who's to say the next time it won't happen again? And I don't recall her paying Charlotte back for that loan either. I just feel like Carrie was extremely entitled and thought everyone is supposed to take on her burdens and all of the issues that she has. And with that being said, this video has come to an end. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Also, make sure your notification bells are turned on so that you always know when I upload. And I will catch you guys in the next one.